Good morning, everyone. And for the many of you who are joining us via live stream from other parts of the world, good afternoon and good evening. I'm Veronica Roberts, the John and Jill Freidenrich Director of the Cantor Arts Center here at Stanford. I am delighted to welcome you all to the Public Day of Museums of Tomorrow, a special initiative launched by my intrepid and inspiring colleagues, Tom Campbell, Director of the Fine Arts Museums of San Francisco, and cultural strategist András Szántó. On behalf of the other wonderful institutions who I see represented in this room who partnered on this initiative, the Asian Art Museum, Gray Art, the San Jose Museum of Art, and SF MoMA, thank you, Tom, Lindsay, András, and the rest of your teams for bringing us all together. It's an honor to be hosting the final day of a week-long program that has brought 13 truly remarkable museum directors, that's a lucky number, from across the globe to the Bay Area to learn from one another about the challenges and opportunities that we collectively face. Some of the directors you will be hearing from today are at the helm of museums with digital content and experiences embedded in their missions. Others of us struggle with maintaining reliable Wi-Fi in our buildings. We all dream big and are humbled by realities. But as Jay Zhu, director of the Asian Art Museum, reminded us this week, no matter where we are or who we are, or what audiences we aim to serve, at the root of our engagement with technology is storytelling. A fundamental aspect of our shared human existence. And as museums, each of us are constantly asking ourselves what stories we want to tell and then trying to figure out the best ways, as he put it, some of which are technological, to tell them. So some of the questions we hope to ask and consider with all of you are, what role does technology play in shaping the power structures that define art and culture? How can museums use technology to be more transparent and accessible about what we do? How can technology give a platform to multiple voices that will shape the narratives of museum experiences moving forward? How can making collections available digitally support the goals of collecting initiatives like the Asian American Art Initiative, for example, at the Cantor? And fundamentally, how will technological changes shape the future of museums and cultural institutions? I want to thank Christina Linden, the Cantor's Director of Academic and Public Programs, for being the masterful architect for today's program, and all the speakers who graciously agreed to share some of the ways they are grappling with these crucial questions. We are also indebted to the artists who shaped and participated in this week's programming. If there's one thing museum professionals can all have complete consensus on, it is that artists paved the way for the rest of us, and that artists help frame essential questions that we all need to be asking. Earlier this week, artists Lynn Hirschman-Leeson and Rafael Lozano-Hemmer presented to this group. I have never seen so many museum directors take photos of PowerPoint slides. And one of the slides that Rafael presented was a list of assumptions made about technology that he wanted to dispel. And I wanted to just paraphrase just a few of them here, because I think they'll be helpful prompts to consider in our time together today. He reminded us that technology is so much more than just a tool. It is also a language. The notion that technology is powered by startups and venture capitalism, no offense to anyone in this room, is myopic. Any assessment of technology needs to consider the great contributions made by government, universities, and academic programs, which have been essential to everything from the creation of the internet to space innovation. And one of my personal favorites, considering technology as mostly bro-driven, ignores the commons, open source, creative networks, and significant and growing contributions by non-bros. Artists also know how to say things the best way. I also want to add that Rafael Lozano-Hemmer was at this very podium on this stage about a month ago with other artists and scientists speaking about research-based practices in an illuminating conversation hosted by my colleagues at Stanford's Arts Institute. And Stanford has an institute devoted to human-centered artificial intelligence. I share this not to pat ourselves on the back, but to underscore that universities are ideal forums for these conversations and that they are much richer and more consequential when artists and the arts are part of them. With that, I turn this over to Tom. Thank you.